visiting Anna Kossatz in Dreno. In the family album, pictures of a special trip to Australia more than 20 years ago. At that time, she visited the religious center of the Monash University in Melbourne. Australian artist Les Kossatz, a distant relative of Anna, created the windows of the university's prayer hall. The motifs are non-representational, as a sign of equality among the denominations. In their light, all world religions are toughed.
Tam jo knježila taka aura mira. Tam su bili te obraze od Lesa Kossatza, te okna, wielkin zajemne zgotowane, a jan wiži, kake luž mira teke Les Kossatz byl. Wenn jo tolerantne na šiknih religiona gledali, a wenn jo tek te motive, to je bilo svetlo, to je bilo, tam je bila jedna vegin svetova atmosfera, a ja sam tam ze svojim clekom bila.
Les Kossatz is one of the best-known artists down under. Numerous exhibitions and, above all, his sheep sculptures made him famous throughout the country and also most prominent descendant of Vendish immigrations on the fifth continent. The Immigration Museum Melbourne, a historic memorial of the nations of immigrants with a strong connections to the indigenous context. Here I meet John Nowak, founding member of the Vendish Heritage Society in Victoria. For many years he has been a tireless chronicler of Vendish life on the fifth continent and an ambassador of the Vendish in Castors. He wrote the obituary for the Society's most famous member.
He was a very highly respected artist here in Melbourne. He moulded sheep and made models of sheep in different situations, and I was very pleased to be able to watch him do this in his Carlton studio. I did a lengthy obituary when he died, just to show how much we appreciated his contribution as a Wend and in the art of Victoria and Australia.
The National Gallery Victoria, Australia's most important art museum, a lively place with free admissions to the permanent exhibition. It brings together the great international names from all eras. And the museum collects outstanding works of Australian art. Les Kossatz sculpture, Coming and Going, was acquired for the Sculpture Garden in the 1980s, a real accolade. It found its place between the buildings of the National Gallery and the Melbourne Art Centre. Sheep play a fundamental role not only for Les Kossatz, but for the entire nation. Yuri Kossatz, one of the artist's two sons, explains it this way.
From Dad's side, it was a social commentary on how the animal was treated, and also how the nation relied on the animal. The saying that the nation was built on the sheep's back. I think the sheep being bound and not treated well, but then so much relied upon.
When Australia opened up to European settlers, a lot of them decided, well, there's so much land here, grazing land, that they would bring some sheep and cattle, but it was mainly sheep because the sheep also provided wool. And so they could send the wool over to England to get developed into a material. Certainly had that as far as the economy goes to at least the first 50 or more years.
Coming and Going was represented by his dad's representation of a shearing shed and the various doors and chutes and hatches. So they're in a shearing shed that the sheep are shorn and then thrown down the chute back to the pen. That's what it's about. That's where it's come from.
You got the feeling that he wasn't just doing models of sheep, but he was trying to somehow restore the spirit of sheep.
These days, Yuri keeps leafing through the family chronicle that his uncle Alan compiled. The Wendish origins of the family are also firmly anchored in it. In the mid-19th century, they came to Australia from Drano in Lower Lusatia. This is how he remembers his father, who visited the homeland of his ancestors more than 3 decades ago. Anna remembers their first meeting.
Ja musím Homage Les Kossatz. Jo byl taky slavný, vážný, veľký dobrý umělec. A naraz ten jo se peral do Drenova do také malé si. A jo také práce vesriš NDR-ského casa nasizil. Tak pracoval hopšíš. A ja som tekte myšikne nesme videli, až su utrogovali te australske luže, also te Drenoare do australske.
I would call him a very mild-mannered man. Very mild, very calm, cool, happy to talk to anybody, and also to get his message across.
He was always very neutral. He didn't want to push his beliefs on anyone. He would just listen and watch. Very gentle and creative soul.
Ja som ten zaštić mila, až wenn jo veľký za to serske byl, až wenn jo sam uznamil ako Serb a svoje serske korenje jo sebe sam ceštil, a wenn jo gledal veľký teke na to, až v australski te umelce tam, te od tych indygenych ludzi, od tych aborigines mają lepsze umienienia, fajniejsze umienienia za swoje umiejstwo.